Andrew and I'm a Prosper Youth stylist. I am joined today with my lovely model, Adrielle. Adrielle has long, thick, beautiful hair. It's perfect for the blow dry that we're doing today. We are going to do a 3-circle round brush blow dry. This blow dry is used by session stylists everywhere. It gives a lot of body and some curl to the hair, so we can get that big, sexy blowout that still has a lot of body, but it's not too much. So to begin our blow dry, I'm going to start with adding a little bit of product. I want to add a volumizing mousse at her root, and then I'm going to work a light gel through her ends, just so we can get some bend and some memory. So apply this foam right at the root area. I don't need to use too much product because she has so much hair. If I oversaturate her hair with product, I'm going to end up weighing it down and taking way too much time for my blow dry to be completed. I comb my product through for even distribution, so my saturation with the product is even at the root area. I just take a small pearl-sized amount of a light hold gel, and I'm working that through, raking it through the mids and ends of her hair first, and then up through this hairline. So before we section out, I am going to do a light power dry to her hair. A power dry is targeting the root area, so I'm going to target the root and maybe just slightly above the root. I want to just get some excess moisture out of the hair. I'm going to dry it until it's about 40% dry. I don't want to over dry the hair because she does have curl. If I over dry the hair, the curl's going to set in before I get a chance to work it. So I'm going to take my blow dryer with the concentrator. I always use a concentrator so I can direct my airflow, and we'll get started. When you power dry long hair, you want to focus your blow dryer on the roots, the first 1 to 3 inches of the hair. Use your fingertips to lift and separate the hair, allowing the air to flow through it evenly. Lifting also helps create body in the hair, which is especially important when hair is long and heavy. Airflow should always be directed down the hair shaft, as you don't want to lift the cuticle and create frizz. When moving to the top sections, insert fingers perpendicular to the growth direction and lift for volume. So now we've finished our power dry. We've reached our conversion point, which is about 40 to 50%. That's when the hair is ready to accept the brush. And let me introduce that brush to you. Today we're going to be using ceramic round brushes. I did choose one that's medium in size. Now you can vary that size depending on how much body you want. A smaller round brush is going to give you more curl, more body, and a larger round brush will kind of keep it a little more smooth. So you could also do this with boar bristle brushes. A boar brush is going to polish the hair, but since we're leaving these brushes in the hair, this is a great tool to use. The ceramic base heats up, and then we really allow that curl to cool down and stay smooth and tight on our brush. I want to keep my sections nice and clean so I can see where I'm working to. And then I'm going to take a section just a little over 1 inch in width. I'm going to follow the curve of her head shape all the way down into the nape area. Now I take my section this wide because I want it to be the same width as the brush I'm using. I'll match that section on this side, so I line my comb up right where that first section stopped, and I meet it in the center back. I'm going to comb the rest of her hair out of the way. I want to clip it up and keep it nice and tidy. So as I begin my blow dry, I am going to use my concentrator. It's super important to use a concentrator. I want to direct my airflow and make sure that I'm always pushing down the cuticle. I want to start at the top and then work my way through those ends. So I start with my elevation low, and with each circle that I move up, I increase my elevation so I can create more body and more volume. Fringe areas tend to have more curl or more natural separation, so be sure to work the root area in the fringe in every direction to control the curl and the direction this section falls. After the root is completely dry, start working in the mid-lengths of the hair. Wrap the hair in the direction and elevation you want the hair to fall when placing the brush. Use your thumb if necessary to create more tension in the hair. Tight tension means a tighter curl, which means more body. Once you finish your first section in the nape, move to the front hairline on the opposite side. Be mindful to match the direction of your brushes to the other side. So now that we have our first circle completed, I'm going to take my second circle. Now, when we take the second circle, it's really important that we are left with a nice mohawk strip about the same size as our brush when we're finished. So the second circle is almost a little bit diamond shaped, just because we don't need to take as far of a section up towards this top area. We're really focusing for our final section, so that way we have room in the crown. I'm going to begin again at the top and work around my circle. In the second circle, over-direct your sections as necessary to build volume. So finally, I have my mohawk section. Now, when we blow dry this section of the hair, we really want to over direct and elevate. We want to add a ton of body to the hair. So as I work this section, I'm actually going to spray each section with a heat activated hairspray. It's just going to help hold and set this curl here, because this is where I want to see the most body and the most bounce. I'm going to start with this bottom section. I want to use my comb to section it out so I can make sure that we're working still really clean, and this will help me keep my brushes in place so that way they're not moving around either. I want to make sure I spray both sides so I can fully saturate the hair, and then I do want to comb it through as well. So now I'm going to spray with just a light hold hairspray. I'm spraying in the direction that the curls are going, because I always want to go down the hair shaft. So now that we've finished, we have a couple options. We can either let Adrielle set, or we can set her under the dryer for an even stronger curl. So we're going to do that for about 10 to 15 minutes. Make sure that these curls are really in place before we break it down. So we'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have allowed the curls to fully cool down, we're going to start right back where we started our blow dry and work each curl as we go. I am going to use just a little bit of cream. I like to keep a dollop on the back of my hand so I can work each curl. Use the heat of my hand to really make sure it's smooth and styling the way I want it to. So now that we have all of the brushes out of the hair, almost lost one in there, we are going to break down her curls a little bit further. So you can use anything you want. You can use a brush, you can use a wide tooth comb. I'm going to begin by flipping her forward, and I'm going to just use my hands to really massage from this root area, breaking up that curl and giving us a little bit of lift. After I do that, I'll go in with a wide tooth comb to keep it somewhat organic but still polished and sexy. We're gonna finish with just a light coat of hairspray, really lock our style into place. So I can even use the back of my can just to help smooth down any little flyaways. Because when you have a style this sleek and gorgeous, all those little guys should be in place too. So this is our finished style with our 3-circle round brush. We have tons of body, tons of volume, some nice loose curl through the ends. It's really sexy, sophisticated, but still polished and fun. The blow dryer with the concentrator is a great tool when drying your client's hair. The concentrator allows you to really focus the air directly where you want it to go. The ceramic round brush is the perfect brush for when you do a 3-circle round brush set because it heats up to allow the hair to take the desired shape, as well as keeping the hair smooth and tight when it cools. Start by applying a light foam to the root area and brushing it with a wide tooth comb for even distribution. Then apply a light hold gel from mids to ends, working up to the scalp, combing this product through as well. Power dry the hair to allow it to reach the conversion point, where it's not too wet and not too dry to accept the brush. The conversion point for this style was 40%. For this blowout, we're going to start by sectioning down the middle from the front to the back. From there, we'll take a circle section around the hairline that is just over 1 inch thick, the same size as the brush we are using. We are going to section this from front to back and then go to the opposite side to meet in the middle. Clip the rest of the hair out of the way until you're ready for your next section. The second circle is the same size as your first and should leave a third mohawk section with the same width as your brush. Begin at the front hairline, keeping your elevation low, and increase it as you work through your 3 circles. Work the brush through both sides of the hair at the root to control growth directions and texture. Focus on the new growth first, and once that is dry, move to the mids and ends. Set your brush at the scalp so that it doesn't fall out. Grab another brush and move to your next section. Once you reach the center back, begin at the front hairline on the opposite side. Continue working this way throughout all 3 circles. Watch your curl direction and elevation in this blow dry, being mindful of the shape and balance in the hair. Apply a light hairspray while your brushes are still in the hair to help set your style, applying in the direction the hair is going. Set the hair under the dryer for 10 to 15 minutes for an even stronger curl, and then allow them to cool down. Begin taking out your brushes starting at the front hairline. As you take out the brushes, use a small amount of cream to help polish the hair without pulling out the curl. And make sure there's no brushes hiding in your set. Once all of the brushes are out of the hair, have your client tip their head forward and use your fingers to massage the scalp for more body and to break up any partings that may be in the hair. Finish by lightly combing the hair out with a wide tooth comb for a polished style, and then seal the style with a light finishing spray. So again, this is our finished style for the 3-circle round brush blow dry, and that's how you style with knowledge. Thanks for watching.